Let's talk about the American dream that is cracking and Indians who are feeling the shock first. One email, one calendar invite, one cold HR meeting, and suddenly a software engineer from Hyderabad, India, a data analyst from Bengaluru, or a product manager from Pune realizes that the life they built in America, it can disappear in minutes. Because across the United States today, layoffs are exploding again. Not in struggling companies alone, not in bankrupt startups alone, but inside the world's biggest and richest tech giants. Name it: Meta, Coinbase, Oracle, Nike, BBC, Amazon, companies worth billions, companies making profits, companies that once promised the future. And hidden inside these layoffs are thousands of Indians. Ladies and gentlemen, according to layoff tracking platform Intelligence, more than 1,621 companies globally have announced layoffs, downsizing, in fact, hiring freeze or reconstructing measures in 2026. Meta alone is planning about 8,000 job cuts. Oracle reportedly announced nearly 30,000 cuts globally. Nike announced 1,400 layoffs and BBC plans to cut 2,000 jobs. And this is creating fear among entire Indian tech community working in America today. And for Indians in America, this is not just a bad news or a headline anymore. This is becoming a survival crisis because when an American employee loses a job, they lose a salary. But when an Indian employee, and that too on H-1B visa, loses a job, they may lose their right to stay in America itself. And that is terrifying difference. Well, the moment layoffs happen, the immigration clock, it starts ticking. 60 days. That's all many visa holders get. Find another company, transfer the visa, clear interviews. In fact, convince HR or leave the country. Can you imagine the pressure? They bought a house in Texas. Your children, they are studying in California. Your parents in India, they depend on your dollar income. You spend years waiting for a green card and then suddenly your company says, we are reconstructing. Now that single sentence, it can destroy an entire immigrant life. And now, this particular fear, it is spreading everywhere across Silicon Valley. But what makes this crisis even more shocking is the reason behind many of these layoffs. Simple: artificial intelligence. The same AI revolution companies that celebrated as innovation is now becoming the reason employees are being removed. Companies are openly admitting it though. This is no longer just a secret. This is now the official corporate strategy. Look at Meta. Meta, the company behind Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, it is preparing one of the largest reconstructing drives in tech. Reports say Meta plans to cut nearly 10% of its workforce, affecting roughly about 8,000 employees. The company has already begun layoffs though, across Realty Labs, Facebook, recruiting, sales, or even operating teams. Meta is shifting away from older metaverse priorities and pouring massive money into artificial intelligence infrastructure instead.